Hey, man, it is the Fantasy NBA Today presented by FanDuel. Rick Kamla, Hall of Famer Steve Alexander, and it's a baseball hat day, dude. I'm having a bad hair day, Doc. How about you? You having a bad hair day, too?
Nah, I just always wear a hat. But I watched the Bo Jackson 30 for 30 this morning. It was on TV, so I was like, I haven't seen this in like 5 or 10 years. I'll watch it. It made me sad, man. Bo Jackson. Incredible 30 for 30, dude. I don't know if you've seen it or not, but it is the stories and the legends of the things that dude did in such a short amount of time are just crazy.
I think he's the greatest athlete I've ever seen. For me.
And he's not in any Hall of Fames. He was here and gone so fast. You know, like the Beatles did all their work in like 6 years and they were gone. And it's sort of like Bo came in, got a ton of stuff done, and then he got hurt and it was over. And pretty sad. Pretty sad what could have been story, but the stuff he got done in a short amount of time was simply amazing.
Played baseball and football at a super high level. How many guys can say that, in the pros? He got a horse collar tackle that ruined him. If I remember, Doc, he was running up the sideline. It wasn't a horse collar?
No, but he got hit from behind and his leg was awkward. And it wasn't a tackle. I mean, it was just a freak play, man. They said if he wouldn't have been so strong and such a great athlete, he wouldn't have gotten hurt. But it was started off high and then he came down his back, but it ended when dude was holding on to his right leg and his left leg just sort of like planted and it separated his hip and he was done.
Football, man, it's brutal. It is Cam. It is Doc. We talk basketball here. We talk other sports from time to time. And I have a little word of the wise here. If you're watching us on Twitter, just a heads up, not every offseason episode is going to be available on this platform. Please subscribe to the Fantasy NBA Today podcast feed to catch every episode and stay in the loop. And our NBA draft guide is up at sportsethos.com. I know, I mean, it was up like 2-3 weeks ago. We got you. The best fantasy coverage in the business right here at sportsethos.com. Doc, we are going to continue our division breakdown here. We are going to break down the Southwest Division, which will feature Houston, San Antonio, Dallas, teams like that. So everybody knows what's up. We have some news to start the show with, Doc. Our boy, your boy, Josh Giddey, has gotten paid, Doc. 4 years, $100 million. Shams Charania is reporting this. And Doc, Giddey took the extra year. He did not make the annual amount that he wanted. He wanted 30. He got 25 per year. But the Bulls were talking about a 3-year deal. So they did sweeten it to a 4-year deal. Decent compromise here. I still feel like Giddey's underpaid a little bit, but kind of like we talked about with PJ Washington. I like this, okay? I also like it when guys are in a contract year, but I like this, Doc, because he's the guy, okay? This money right here proves he is the guy on the Chicago Bulls. Talk to me. What's this news doing to you?
Well, I'm just glad that he got paid. And like we've been talking about it for, a couple weeks, he didn't get it as much as he wanted. He may still be underpaid, but at least he got a deal done, and he's not mad at the Bulls, and the Bulls aren't mad at him, and, like, we can go play basketball. That's all I really care about. Like, those dudes are making so much freaking money. It doesn't even matter. Like, oh, he's only getting $22 million. It's so ridiculous compared to what normal people get paid. So I'm just glad everybody's happy. He's playing hoops, man. Josh Giddey's one of my guys.
Josh Giddey. Let me see, Doc, if there's not going to be a live ranking update here. I've already got Giddey right where he needs to be. He's the first guard after the big boys, Doc. You got the Hardens and Currys and stuff. Mitchell, Brunson, Fox, Maxey, Murray, Giddey. You know what I'm saying? There's no move up here. He's already – I've got him above Hero, above Reeves, above Bain, above Amen. How about that? I know you're crazy about Ahmed Thompson. I know Andre's crazy about Ahmed Thompson. I know the fantasy world's crazy about Ahmed Thompson. I'm mildly crazy about Ahmed Thompson. Giddey or Thompson in a draft, dude? Who are you pulling the trigger
on? I've got them ranked like right, very close to each other. I think one league I would take Amen. Another league I would take Giddey. I'd mix it up, make sure I get them both. And I think there's probably some worlds where you can get both of those guys, depending on how your draft falls. In one draft, you could end up with both of those players. I feel like I've got Giddey a little too low. I've got him 30th overall. I probably need to look into that a little bit.
I have Giddey 31st overall, Doc. Wow. And I feel good. I feel good about that. I mean, above him, dude, I got to be honest with you. I every time I go through my rankings, Doc, and I did the other night, Cooper Flagg now is a guy that's taken some losses. I'm kind of like, because I've got Flagg over Jalen Johnson, Chet Holmgren. I'm like, Siakam. Do I like that? I don't know. There's a Cooper Flagg thing. I'm getting cold feet on Cooper Flagg, Doc. But it's not cold feet on Cooper Flagg where like I won't draft. I still will, but I gotta find the sweet spot, dude, because I've got him projected. What if that projection misses? And so there's an unknown with Flagg. He might not go 27-4, 1-1-1. He might not do that. I know what Siakam's going to do. I know what Jalen Johnson's going to do. I know what Holmgren's going to do. You know what I'm saying, Doc? And I know that Flagg's not going to block like 2.2 shots per game like Chet Holmgren, and maybe not 3-ball 1.8 or 2 3-balls per game like Chet. So Flagg's gonna take about a 10 spot L here when I update my rankings again.
So did you just inadvertently start talking about the Dallas Mavericks players? Like, are we getting into Dallas now, or?
Well, I mean, we're just spitballing about rankings right now because I got a couple of other newsy things here.
Yeah, Cooper Flagg is interesting, dude. I was not very high on Cooper Flagg, and then you started raving, and I started thinking about it. I was like, yeah, man, he's the savior in Dallas. Like, he's going to ball out. He's going to play. He's going to save Nico Harrison, yada, yada, yada. And I'm still kind of there. But yeah, I think your point about we got to find the sweet spot, like when is the right time to take Cooper Flagg? Because, you and I both initially had him ranked like inside the top 20. It's too rich for Cooper Flagg. I mean, there's no value there. It's all sucked out. And it could be a bust.
Dude, I'm looking at it right now. I think I found my spot for him. I'm going to put him at 41. I found the spot, Doc. And I guess it would be 40 because I moved Flagg out and then everybody moves up one. So Flagg's going to be at 40 for me, which feels right. 4th round rookie, hotshot rookie, 4th round. That feels right to me. Okay, so I'm dropping him below Jalen Johnson, Holmgren, Jaren Jackson, Siakam, Giddey, Turner, Hero, Reeves, Bane, Amen, Adebayo, Şengün, Wagner, and Brandon Miller. The reason they're all known commodities, Doc. You know what you're going to get from those guys, and you're going to get major goodies from those guys. And then Flagg, and then like Garland, Van Vliet, Jalen Green. That feels good to me. All right, we've got somewhere here.
And it's interesting because I had a feeling about Luka. I had a feeling about Wemby, and I was dead on. Both guys are studs. Both guys are amazing. I was all over them from the moment, before a year before they were in the NBA. I have not had that feeling with Cooper Flagg. Like, I think he's going to be good. I think he's going to be a very good player, but I don't think he necessarily has that generational talent that we see with Luka and Wemby. So I just haven't been that fired up about Cooper Flagg. But when I look at his situation, I look at the whole thing in Dallas, like we talked about, I do like it. Like, I want to draft him. It'll be interesting to see where he ends up in my rankings, because I think I started off with him around 40 or 50, and then I moved him up to like 20, and I'll probably end up with him somewhere around 30.
The other thing you got to keep in mind with rookies is that this is going to be Flag's worst season, maybe of his entire career. It's just the way of rookies, Doc. Even Trae Young, Tim Duncan, Shaq, all these guys, year 1 to year 2 to year 3 to year 4, it just went up like an escalator at the shopping mall, dude. Anthony Davis in his first year, he averaged like 13 and 8 or something like that. So these badasses, their first year, their rookie year is their worst year. Now, it can be a really good statistical year, but for Flag, when you look at the back of his basketball card, these numbers this year are going to pale to the numbers that like we get 5 years from now. So that's another thing here. He's not mature. He's not a finished product yet like these other cats. That's why I got to drop Flag. So I had an epiphany on Flag. I wanted to drop that on you, dude. Get this. The gall, the audacity, the idiocy of Ben Simmons, who again proves that he hates the game of basketball. Doc, I just got to bang on this guy and get you laughing or something. Mark Stein reports that Ben Simmons rejected a contract offer from the Knicks. I won't go into the legalese here. I'll just tell you the Knicks can only offer a veteran minimum contract. Okay, so Ben Simmons turned down 2.6, 2.5, whatever it is, veteran minimum contract to go to Madison Square Garden on a team that's going to go to the NBA Finals. They have a role for you off their bench. They actually have an opening, Doc, at their backup small forward spot. And we know that Simmons is positionless, but they have 15, 17 minutes a night for that guy off the bench. Okay. And he doesn't want it. I've got more to say about this, but go. What do you think about Ben Simmons saying no to the Knicks?
Dude, all you got to do is watch that documentary about his road to the NBA, and like all he cared about was getting paid and being the number 1 pick, and everything else is secondary, man. Like after that, I just honestly feel like he didn't care. And you talk about it a lot, guys that don't love the game, guys who hate the game. And I mean, Ben Simmons might be the poster child for players who hate the game, because does he think he's going to go somewhere and start?
Great point.
Like what does he think he's going to get?
Oh my God,
bro, you already got paid. You haven't done anything for 5 years. You've just been on permanent vacation. Like, go home for 5 years and then come. Like, I don't understand what he thinks. Does he want to go play for Brooklyn and be a star? Does he want to go play for a bad team? Like, I don't understand what he's
so
doing.
I think he looks at himself as more than a veteran minimum player, which he's not. And so shame on you for that, not reading the room. And then B, Doc, this is New York. These are Knicks fans. This is Manhattan. You know what I'm saying? Where everything you do is on full blast. Okay. Any turnover, they're talking about it in the streets. If you have missed 8 free throws in a row, they're talking about it in the streets of New York. And they're not talking about it, Doc. They got hot sauce on it and they're killing you. Okay. I don't think he wants that New York City smoke, bro. I don't think he wants that. Did it go well for Ben Simmons in Philly? You know, another hot and bothered city, another badass roughneck city. Did he have fun there, Doc?
Well, and we were worried about Cat being under the bright lights in New York going into last year. And he surprisingly came out of that pretty unscathed and handled it very well and was in the MVP conversation for a while. But I think you're right. I mean, is it fair to say that Ben Simmons turned that offer down because he was scared to go to New York? I mean, very possible.
It's not a crazy take, is it? All right, just wanted to vet that with you, my brother. I just want to mention this because I know Andre he's Mr. European basketball, one of his many nicknames. Giannis and Şengün are going to play in a semifinal game, Greece and Turkey. Just wanted to throw that out there. We won't watch it here in the States because you can't, But Giannis went 29, 6, and 2, 4 steals and a block to get them there. Şengün went 19, 12, and 10 with 3 steals to get Turkey there. I don't know what's going on the other side of the bracket, but I thought that was pretty cool that Şengün and Giannis and their national teams will meet in the semis of Eurobasket with obviously a chance to still win gold.
Was Slovenia playing Germany? Is that what happened on the other side, Andre?
That sounds legitimate.
I feel
that sounds
like
legitimate.
Maybe
he said Jetty Osman, Finland is beating Georgia 69-59 right now. Bro, Lauri Markkanen. And then he said Germany and Slovenia play later today. All right, man, Andre, so that's the other semifinal, right? Germany and Slovenia? Dude, what a game.
I would love
I so want to watch that.
I do too.
Are you serious? Come on, man. You got the German Jordan and Dennis Schroeder. You got Luka. You got Franz. I mean, you got Daniel Tice. You got Daniel effing Tice going on in that game, dude. Come on, man.
All right,
let's get into this, man. But we can't watch it in the States. NBA TV. Nice set, by the way, on NBA TV. You haven't changed it in like 20 years. Nice job. Good job. Why don't you spend some money, NBA TV? All right, Doc, let's talk about the Southwest Division. We're doing a division fantasy preview as we continue to build the bridge to Media Day here. We're not that far away, folks, just over 2 weeks out. So we got the Southwest Division today. We do the players we're targeting, players we're avoiding, and then we do a reality check. So, Doc, who are you targeting on the ultra sexy Houston Rockets?
I was trying to decide. I pull up these teams when you go to me, and I was trying to decide. I'm like, is he going to start? You mentioned Houston a few minutes ago, so I'm like, he's probably going to start with Houston, or is he going to start with Wemby and De'Aaron Fox there in San Antonio? But you're going with Houston because I think we all think that Houston's going to finish higher in the West than the Spurs, but also because there's so many fantasy options on this team. I am targeting Kevin Durant, and I'm targeting I'm targeting Amen Thompson. Those are the two guys I'm targeting. I'm going to throw a side of Alpi Şengün in there. I will draft Şengün. I would also draft Jabari Smith if the time was right, but I'm not actually targeting them.
All right. That is Hall of Famer Steve Alexander. We are the Fantasy NBA today here, presented by FanDuel. I have a couple more targets here. Kevin Durant, I'm very bullish on him. I've got him even above LeBron James. I've got Kevin Durant in my first round, which I don't know how many other people do. I've got him 10th overall here. So I'm very high on KD. Amen as well. I'm not going to have a lot of shares of Amen, though. I can tell you right now. I'm not fading him at all, but people are going to draft him 5 spots higher, a round higher. They just are. His name it has illumination. There's like LED around his name right now. He's just that guy. Probably going to win the most improved player of the year award. Probably like first all-star appearance. Maybe. I mean, you got Şengün and you got Durant. So that's going to be tough, but you get my point. Like, he's really going to hit the big time this year, and everybody knows it. And he does in 3. The PRA is going to be solid. The defense is going to be great. So I'm not gonna pour any water on this dude. But I just feel like he's going to be slightly overdrafted for my taste. Şengün at the right spot. Clearly, I'll draft him. I'm on a Fred VanVleet thing this year, Doc.
I know you are.
I've got him very highly drafted, ranked. Where do I have FVV? I mean, I got him in the top 50, bro. I got him 42 right now. I'm feeling Fred VanVleet. I think he's going to be supercharged by the addition of Kevin Durant. Because he's a champion, he's a vet. Like, having another guy like KD, I think VanVleet's going to love that. And we've talked about a bunch of other. He just sunk to the bottom last year. He's not going to be worse. There's only upside for Fred VanVleet. And then you mentioned Jabari Smith. So I got 5 guys, Doc. And what makes me like Jabari Smith is the contract he got this offseason. No more messing around. No more bringing him off the bench. You pay this cat that money, he's locked into that starting 5, dude.
He should be. He should be. That's for sure. Yeah, I'm just worried about him being the fifth option. And then as far as Van Vliet goes, I'm not targeting Van Vliet. Last year was just so bad. Like, that's the thing about him. There's nowhere to go but up. Like, he literally cannot play worse than he played last year. You can have Van Vliet. I will draft somebody else. Like I said, Jabari Smith, I do like the fact that he's got a contract. I do like the fact that it looks like he's locked into the starting five. And I'll draft him, but I'm not so fired up about him that I would reach for him. So,
how about avoids on the Houston Rockets?
Yeah, I mean, Van Vliet, I have no interest in Van Vliet. I'm avoiding Tari Eason and his every other game approach to basketball, which I don't think is his fault. It just is what it is. And Reed Shepherd, people were drafting him last year. There were some 12-team leagues last year where Reed Shepherd was drafted. And as bad as Fred VanVleet played, maybe we should have seen more Reed Shepherd last year. But even if Reed Shepherd plays, and yes, Jalen Green is gone, which helps, I still don't think he's going to play enough to really matter. So I'm avoiding those guys.
Understood, and I agree with that. Ime Udoka is an old school coach, man. He ain't effing around with rookies, unless you're like spectacular. Reed Shepherd is going to be really good, but it's going to take a minute here. He's kind of, I don't know, he's incubating, I guess, right now, while Van Vliet still has this job. Eason is on my list here, Doc, and I agree. I love Tari Eason, but the games played thing, he's locked into a bench role, and he's now got to share time with Dorian Finney-Smith. Steven Adams is there. Clint Capella is there. I'm going to fade both of them. I mean, Capella's a third stringer right now, dude. He's going to be literally sitting on the bench watching basketball all year, barring injury or blowout. So reality check here for the Houston Rockets, Doc. Will Kevin Durant take your Rockets to the conference finals this year?
I'm going to say no. Because I think OKC, until somebody beats OKC, I'm sticking with them. But I really like the Rockets, man. I feel like the Rockets are where OKC was like last year, the year before last.
So who plays OKC? So who plays OKC in the West Finals if it's not Houston?
Oh, did you say are they playing?
I said,
do they get to the Western Conference Finals? Is that what you said?
I said conference finals, but
I thought you said finals. Yeah, I mean, I'm probably gonna put the Clippers in that spot. Maybe the Lakers. Maybe Denver.
Wow.
I mean, it could be.
Wow, you are fading the hell out of Houston right now, dude. You got Houston at 5 right now, bro.
No, it could be any of those 4 teams. I am going to go with Houston. I mean, they finished second last year. They now have Kevin Durant. Fred VanVleet won't suck as bad as he did last year. So I'll go with Houston at number 2 in the West.
Okay, so I have not won you over on Fred VanVleet, and it sounds like I will not win you over on Fred VanVleet, and that's okay.
I'll probably be wrong about it, but I'll go down with that ship. I don't want
I understand. You're going to die on that hill.
That's right.
I'm not going to have to take Fred VanVleet in the top 50. I've got him ranked in the top 50. I know. I will not have to draft Fred.
Live rankings update.
Bro, I'm telling you. FVV, they all hate you, man. They hate you out here. Okay,
you need to find the sweet spot for FVV. It's probably more like 60. I don't know, 50. Just depends on how the point guards are flying off draft boards.
Good point. That's Hall of Famer Steve Alexander. I'm Rick Kamla. We're the Fantasy NBA Today, presented by FanDuel. Andre Lamouche is with us as well. Although you can't see him or hear him, he's lurking, working, kicking ass. I got Denver, Doc, number 2. I think Denver and OKC are going to play in the Western Conference Finals. So I think Houston's going to be a second-round team. I think, like you said, Doc, Clippers, Lakers, Nugs, Rockets, Wolves, Warriors. Dude, give me a break, man. Like any of those teams, I'm not super high in Golden State, but if you said right now, dude, they hit a heater, they made a trade to change it up, and they made the Western Conference Finals, that wouldn't surprise me. I mean, it's championship DNA program and all that. They would be my least likely among all those teams. Actually, check that. The Clippers would be the least likely of all of those teams because of course, the GOAT of playoff shrinkage. He still is on that team. But I think Denver is going to be in the conference finals against Oklahoma City. Let's move on to the Spurs, Dr. A. Who are you targeting on the San Antonio Spurs? By the way, Andre chimes in. He says, OKC, Denver, Lakers, Rockets. So he's on Jokic and Denver in the West Finals as well.
Wow. You guys are not disrespecting Jokic as much as I do. Okay.
On board. I think Denver had one of the best off seasons in the league, I feel. Getting Tim Hardaway Jr., Bruce Brown, moving out MPJ, and getting Cam Johnson, getting Jonas Valanciunas to back up Jokic. I love what they've done. Back to you.
Yeah, I don't really.
Because they brought in old guys.
Jonas Valanciunas really doesn't do it for me. And
what are you talking about?
THJ doesn't really do it for me. Cam Johnson's going to play in 40 games. I don't know. All right. San Antonio, I am targeting the hell out of Victor Wembanyama. If I get the number one pick, I'm taking Wembanyama. I don't know what else I can say about that. I will also target De'Aaron Fox, throwing lobs to Wemby and becoming a better free throw shooter than he used to be. And I would draft Stephon Castle if I needed a scorer late in my draft.
All right, Dr. A. Wemby, of course, we both have him number one overall. It's been cleared. No more blood clot issues. Good to go. He had a Wemby meter number of 8 last year. That's a combination of blocks, steals, and threes. Just unprecedented, man. He's the guy. He has a chance. Like, he will be eventually the best player in the NBA. He's not there yet. I was thinking about this, Doc. Let's go. I want to go on a thought bubble with you here just quickly for a second. I was doing the Sports Ethos WNBA Today with Rick Kamla yesterday, talking about A'ja Wilson. The Vegas Aces have won 14 games in a row, Doc. They play 44 games. They've won 14. This is like crazy stuff what they're doing. And A'ja Wilson, her numbers are absolutely spectacular. She is, bar none, no debate at all, the best player in the world. So I was thinking, is there a debate about the best player, men's player in the world? Wemby, Luka, SGA, LeBron, Durant, Curry, of course, Jokic, Giannis, I guess, would be in that mix as well. For me, I don't think there's a debate that Jokic is the best player in the NBA. What's your take on that?
Interesting. Yes, I would say Jokic is the most effective player in the NBA, and he wins, and he plays every day. I mean, he's just not an athlete. You know, Jordan was flying through the air and dunking. LeBron, KD, like those guys are athletes. Jokic is like slothing up the court, dribbling the ball, and then makes a great pass or hits a three, and then goes down and gets the rebound. And like he's so good. He's the most effective player in the NBA. I will say that. And he is probably the best player in the NBA.
All right, just wanted to vet that really quickly here with you. Wemby, of course, is a target for me. De'Aaron Fox is a target for me. In terms of Foxy, I've got him second round. I've got him in the second round, Doc. I don't think I'm going to have to draft him there. I'll probably be able to draft him in the third round unless people are feeling plucky out there. But I've got him 19th. I'm high on De'Aaron Fox. Love the stat set, the threes, the steals, the PRA. Stephon Castle, Dylan Harper being out. We don't know when he's going to be back. To me, boosts his value just a little bit. I'm not necessarily targeting Castle, but I'll draft him. At the right spot. I'll draft him at my ADP, not not your ADP, but my ADP. And Devin Vassell's another guy, Doc. I think he's going to be good. I think he's going to be in a 3-and-D role. I think the steal number is going to be nice. I think the 3 number is going to be nice. Could get like a 16, 4-4 type of PRA. So I'm on Vassell as well. I'm not like super targeting him. Like, I got to have him, but I definitely will draft Devin Vassell in the right spot. Who are you avoiding on the San Antonio Spurs?
Well, obviously, I'm not drafting Harry Barnes. Harry Barnes is 33. Phew. I just want Harry Barnes to go away and let these kids play. Everybody knows that about me. I'm not messing with your guy, Keldon Johnson. Is he even still there?
Keldon Johnson is still there, languishing on that San Antonio bench. Overpaid, by the way.
How is he? He went from being a guy who was scoring like 23 a game to just disappearing, and we don't see him anymore. So, Rick, I'm pulling up Devin Vassell's games played log, and I'm gonna have trouble drafting him. I will not be targeting Vassell. I will actually be avoiding Vassell. 62, 71, 38, 68, 64. I guess it's not horrible. The 68s are fine or whatever, but I just feel like Vassell is always hurt and he's always banged up, and he's never really taken off. And I don't know that he's gonna be able to take off now that the Spurs are loaded and kind of deep. So I love Vassell's game. I think it's super fantasy friendly, and I used to always talk about drafting Vassell, and I like doing it, but I'm just turned off by the injuries. I feel like he's got 3 strikes with Dr. A. And I don't know why. Good. I just went third person there, but whatever.
I liked it. I liked it a lot. It was confident, Doc. He's Hall of Famer Steve Alexander. I'm Rick Kamla. I'm avoiding a lot of Spurs, Doc. Dylan Harper. Even before the injuries, coming off the bench in a redraft, it's a no, but he will be drafted because he's 2nd overall pick, big name, big team, blah, blah, blah. And you all will be sending him to waivers, Reed Shepherd style last year, within a week of the regular season. Harry Barnes, obviously. Jeremy Sohan will be avoided by me. Keldon Johnson. And the backup centers, because Luke Cornett, Kelly Olynyk, I've got Cornett 2nd on my depth chart, but Kelly Olynyk could be 2nd on the depth chart. I don't know how that's going to look. Or one guy could play one night, the other guy could play another night. I don't know what's going to happen there, so I'm just going to fade that whole thing. And that would be in a situation where I had Wemby and I wanted to kind of maybe back him up and insulate him. I wouldn't do the handcuff thing. I would just go get another badass center. I would go get Jay Huff in the last round or something like that, and then he'd be my Wemby insurance. All right, reality check for the San Antonio Spurs, Doc. This one, unless you had something to say.
I was just going to say, I really wish Luke Cornett would have stayed with Boston. Like, if Luke Cornett was in Boston this coming season, I'd be so high on him. Like, I'd be, instead of talking about Jay Huff all the time, I'd be talking about Luke Cornett. I just want to say that. So, if Wemby goes down, I think Cornett is somebody that will be picking up immediately, and hopefully that does not happen.
Right. They do have some depth right there. The Olynyk move is like, why are you doing this? Why are you doing this, man? Expiring contract, might not even finish the year on this team, but he's still a good player. All right, reality check for the San Antonio Spurs, Doc. Will they make the playoffs? Not the play-in, but will they be one of the 8 in the playoffs?
I'm going to say yes. They'll be one of the 8. Only 6 automatically get in. 7 and 8 need to win it in the play-in. So they may be play-in. I don't think they'll be in the top 6 at the end of the season, but I think they might be. I think they'll win the play-in tournament games that they are in. I think they'll advance through the play-in.
I've got GSW and San Antonio in the play-in. And then the other teams that might be there, Doc, would be SAC, Phoenix, Why am I blanking on this? Dallas, Sac, Phoenix, Dallas, Memphis, maybe a little bit of Portland, right? Like those 5 teams, Sac, Phoenix, Dallas, Memphis, Portland, would be the competition for San Antonio or Golden State to win out of the play-in tournament and make the playoffs. And I think Golden State and San Antonio are clearly better than Sacramento, Phoenix, Dallas, Memphis, and Portland. So that's kind of how I break. I don't know who's going to play who and what's the order and all that kind of stuff, but I feel like the Spurs would beat the Kings, the Suns, the Mavs, the Grizz, and the Blazers in a one-off game. Do you agree with that?
Yep.
So we both have Now, I think San Antonio, like to your point, Doc, they're going to be the 8th seed or the 7th seed. They're not. I don't think they're going to get up to the top 6 unless something crazy happens. And Mitch Johnson will win Coach of the Year if they shoot up into the top 6. I don't see that happening. The West is too good at the top. All right, Doc, we continue our Southwest Division fantasy preview here on the Fantasy NBA Today, brought to you by FanDuel. Who are you targeting on the Dallas Mavericks?
Well, we've spent a lot of time talking about this cat already, but Cooper Flagg obviously is he the premier target in Dallas, or is it Anthony Davis? It's a pretty good question, I guess.
It's a good question.
To me, it's Flagg because I know he's going to play. I don't know if Street Clothes is going to be out there or not. So, I guess I would target Danny Gafford. Those are the guys that I'm targeting. That's it. Maybe Brandon Williams. I might have a little Brandon Williams thing like late in deep drafts. Last pick.
I'm not going to rank Cooper Flagg above Anthony Davis. That would just seem weird. But I'm not going to have Anthony Davis. And I do want Cooper Flagg in the 4th round. So you asked who's the premier guy. I mean, it's Davis, but for me, it's Flagg. You ask most people on the street, they're going to say Anthony Davis. But I don't want Anthony Davis in fantasy this year, Doc. I do not want him. He's not on the dead to me list. I just don't want him this year. Next year, let's say, next year they're going to have Kyrie Irving. Flagg's entering year 2. You got Anthony Davis. You got Lively and Gafford. You got they're going to have good players around those guys. Okay, then I think Davis might click in, right? This isn't a click in year, bro. This is a go through the motions year for Dallas. So that just can't get into that, man. Again, oh, by the way, I thought of you the other day, Doc. So I finished the boot in your ass team. I did. I finished the boot in your ass team. Here it is, dude. There's the boot in your ass team. Everything's with pen and paper over here. We're old school, or I put it in my phone. And I'm not going to read the list because we may make a show out of that. I have no idea. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19 guys. I guess I could find a 20th and throw them on there and make it a round number. But he is on that list. He is on the boot in your ass. The boot in your ass list, which, by the way, was coined by Dr. A.
Well, you actually said it. I said you just need to do a column.
Oh yeah. So it was a collab. Yeah,
Are you going to write a column for Sports Ethos based on that list?
I do not know. Me and Andre got to figure out. I got this Wemby meter stuff, the pop players article. I got this. I got the career year article. I got some stuff. I don't know how that's going to be organized yet, Doc. But I have started working on the pop players article. I can tell you that right now.
Okay.
And I got about half the league in my pop players article. So is
it going to be a doozy?
It's going to be somewhat voluminous, but not brewski voluminous, but it will be voluminous.
What about Andre email voluminous?
It will not be that voluminous. It will not be that voluminous, man. Andre, you're the best.
I wonder how many guys I'll have in my guys column. My guys column drops on October 9th. I think I've got it in my calendar to turn it in like by September 30th. So I haven't really sat down and hammered it out yet, but I mean, I know them in my head. I'm guessing I'll have about 20. I'm going to say 22 guys on that list.
Really? I think I had 19 in the pop players article. I can't remember off the top. Maybe it was 19 in the boot in your ass team. The boot in your ass. The boot in your ass team. I think that's
Ben
awesome.
Simmons on the boot in your ass team?
Wait a second.
And the whole boot in your ass, in case you missed the previous show.
He's not because he's a free agent and not on a team. And I went through the teams.
They're guys. These are guys.
There's the 20th guy, Simmons.
Need a coach or another player to put a boot in there, you know what, and
good call.
And make them go. Like Ben Simmons, we know he's got the talent. We saw it when he was a rookie. We saw it in college. We know he can play. He just needs a boot in his ass.
He's got the drive of a lazy, entitled fat kid. I mean, he does. Like just sitting on the couch eating bonbons all day. It's like,
like when I asked Soren to take out the trash, and he's like, I'm watching The Office for the 27th time. I'm cycling through Arrested Development for the 6th time, Dad. I'm busy here. I don't have time to empty the dishwasher. Are you kidding me?
Oh my God. Hilarious. I am targeting Cooper Flagg, Daniel Gafford, and I'm doing a half here on PJ Washington. I can't target PJ. I don't know what the hell his role is on this team. I mean, I think I do. He's like a turbo 6-man. I have a sneaky feeling that PJ Washington is going to be a really good fantasy player this year. He was last year. You have the street close aspect with Davis. Anytime he's out, PJ Washington's going to just immediately spike up. But I feel like they may find 28 good minutes a night for him, playing a variety of positions off that bench and just giving it a positionless look. Jason Kidd's one of the best positionless coaches in the NBA. Like he's an outside of the box thinker, and I think he's really going to play the S out of PJ Washington. Who are you avoiding on the Dallas Mavericks, Dr. A?
Back to your PJ Washington take. I don't know if you're targeting him or not. You say you're not, but you're also in the same breath saying you love PJ Washington. You may not be targeting him, but I think he's going to end up on a lot of your teams because it's going to be like round 8, round somewhere in there.
It'll be deeper than that, dude. It like
10?
Last round. Yeah. Not even be that, like 12, 13, 14. Nobody's taking
sitting there.
Yeah, nobody's taking PJ Washington this year.
I don't know, man. I don't know. I could see him ending up on a lot of your teams. I could also see you maybe not having him on your team, and then he goes off in week 1 and he's sitting out there on waivers, and then he ends up on your team. But I'd have a feeling you two are going to find each other at some point this season.
Well, he's a 1-1-1 guy. You know, I love those guys. 1 block, 1 steal, 1 3. PJ's one of those guys. All right, who are you avoiding, homie?
Derek Lively, because he's hurt and Gafford's there. And I don't think I would be targeting Gafford if Lively was healthy, but I don't know, man. I just wish both of those guys could play by themselves. That would be fun. I'm avoiding Anthony Davis. I'm avoiding Klay Thompson. I kind of gave Klay a last chance last year. I'm like, all right, he's in Dallas. He's playing with Luka. If he's still got anything left in the tank, we're going to see it this year. And I didn't see a whole lot. So I'm out on Klay. My D'Angelo Russell ship has left the station. Like your train has left the station. Like I think I'm done with him. Najee Marshall was fun for a minute last year, but this Cooper Flagg thing is not good for him. And then Max Christie, I got fired up about him when that trade went down, but there's nothing to get fired up about there either. So it's a long list.
I got a long list too. Max Christie, Derek Lively, Klay Thompson, Anthony Davis, Kyrie Irving. Kyrie may come back at some point. I guess maybe in the 11th round, if he's still sitting out there, I may draft Kyrie and just throw him on the IR spot. But that's probably not going to happen. He'll probably be drafted ahead of that. And D'Angelo Russell, we haven't really talked about him. I mean, like I see 12 points, 5 assists, couple of 3 balls, 0.8 steals, just a stat line, like barely above waiver wire type of stat line. But guess what? D'Angelo Russell is on the boot in your ass team because anytime he's got a hangnail, stubbed his toe on the coffee table at home, like the guy misses a week, man. He is one of the absolute softest players I've ever seen in the NBA. You and I have been doing this a long time, and I can talk about soft players. Chris Kaman was soft. Nene Hilario was soft. Kevin Martin, remember him with the weird shot, but the dude got buckets. He was a hell of a player. Softer than tissue paper, bro. And Brandon Ingram's on that list. D'Angelo Russell's on that list. LaMelo Ball is on that list. These are the softest players in NBA history, dude. Soft.
Okay. I hope none of them are watching.
I hope they're all watching right now. I'm about that smoke. I'm not saying anything. They're all like, yeah, he's right. I stole money. Dude, quick story. Rex Chapman told me this story. Okay. The great Rex Chapman. He was with the Denver front office. And he said Nene told the Denver front office the number of games he was going to play and the amount of minutes that he was going to play. And they were not to exceed the game total or the minute total for Nene that year. The player went to the team and said, I'm only playing this much.
It's pretty soft. Speaking of playing,
what
do you think the chances, like what percentage would you put on the chance of Kyrie Irving actually playing in more than 3 regular season games this year?
Good question. 50-50.
You think? I was thinking
I do.
it was more like, I feel like he's like 90% out for the year.
I don't look at it that way. I think, dude, if Dallas is kind of good, like 8th, few games over 500, Kyrie Irving may be like, yeah, I'm going to hustle up and get back to this. And if they suck, they're 10 games under 500, and you get to New Year's Eve and they're 20-30 or whatever that looks like, or I don't know, dude, 15-25, whatever that looks like. Kyrie's probably like, oh, I'll see you guys next year. So I just think it's 50-50. I don't know. But it sounds like you've completely closed the book on Kyrie this year.
Yeah, I won't rank him. I won't draft him. Like I mean, I might pick him up and throw him in the IR spot, but I feel like I always run out of room on my IR spot and have to cut guys I don't want to cut anyway. So
good point.
I don't know. I'm not messing with Kyrie.
Reality check for the Mavericks, Doc. Do the Mavericks make the playoffs this year?
I've heard people talking about, man, with Anthony Davis and Kyrie Irving and Cooper Flag, like this team's really, really good. Well, Kyrie's not there. AD's going to play half the games. Cooper Flag's a rookie. I'm going to say no.
I couldn't have said it better, bro. No, they're not. Okay. You've got the Big Six, and then you've got Golden State, you've got San Antonio. That's my playoff structure. Memphis, goodbye. Phoenix, goodbye. Dallas, goodbye. Portland, goodbye. Sacramento, goodbye. Goodbye. Speaking of one of those teams, the Memphis Grizzlies. Who are you targeting on the Memphis Grizzlies, Dr. A, as we continue our Southwest Fantasy preview?
By the way, I just saw a headline over here. It says Alpi Şengün's triple-double powers Turkey into the semis. Triple-double for you, boy. Memphis Grizzlies. Let's go there. Yeah. I don't know that I'm targeting anyone in Memphis. If I am targeting anyone in Memphis, it's Jaren Jackson Jr., but I think he's going to go higher than he should, and I don't think I'm going to end up with him on any of my teams. And I tell you what, I love Scottie Pippen Jr. Every time Ja Morant misses a game, I love Scottie Pippen. I could see me maybe messing with Scottie Pippen. And then maybe I want some Ty Jerome in a really deep league because I couldn't stop talking about him last year. But I will mess with Zach Edey.
All right. So a couple of things here. For me, it's no one. I'm not targeting anybody on this team. The maybes are I got to add Edey on this list.
Why
Jaren
is Edey so out of whack in your depth charts? Do you know? Do you have your depth chart pulled up?
Yeah, and I literally just went through the teams and kind of slightly tweaked and stuff like that. Edey is all the way over to the right, Doc, because he is not going to start the season on time. He had foot surgery, ankle surgery, actually. So that's why I don't have Edey like in the rotation right now.
Right.
But he's not going to miss the year. But here's the thing: it's murky. There's no real like timeline being set out. So he could miss a month. He could miss 2 months. He could miss half the season. He could miss 10 games. I don't know. So just right now, but I am going to take some Zach Edey like super, super late because I think people are going to see that red flag in drafts and they're going to read, oh, foot surgery, moving on to the next guy, right? So I think he's going to just linger in drafts, and there will be a point where I take Zach Edey because he will play at some point this year, and I think he's going to be a badass when he plays, but it's just going to be a long wait. Jaren Jackson Jr. is coming off surgery. He's probably not going to start the season on time. So I mean, like I've got him ranked very highly, but I'm probably not going to pull that trigger. I take it back. Aldama is a target, Doc, but it's super, super, super late. There's no prioritization here with Santi Aldama, but I will take him. And you mentioned Pippen and Jerome. They're kind of on my radar, but they're not targets, right?
Yeah.
They're kind of in a no man's land. I'm not avoiding you, got my eye on you, probably need an injury to get geeked about you. And so that's just where I'm at. There's not a lot to get excited about fantasy-wise with the Memphis Grizzlies. As we go to the players we're going to avoid on Memphis, who are they for you?
KCP, Kentavious Caldwell-Pope. I feel like he's just lost it. I think how sad is that dude that he is not in Denver anymore? I think he misses Denver. I'm avoiding Ja Morant. I guess am I avoiding Jalen Wells and Santi Aldama? I mean, I love Aldama. I've drafted him every year, but even when he starts, it's just average. I mean, it's good, but it's not great. And there's no reason to draft some of these guys like Santi Aldama and Jalen Wells. They'll be available on waivers probably after your draft is over. So that's it, man. I'm not really considering Memphis either way when I draft my team. I'll look at Jaren Jackson Jr., and that's probably about it.
So my avoid list is Ja Morant, clearly, KCP and Brandon Clark. Chalky stuff there. Do the Memphis Grizzlies make the play-in tournament, Doc, or do you see them sliding into the bottom 5 of the NBA?
Well, they've got 2 of their best players injured. They've got Ja, who has not exactly been reliable to be there the last few seasons. And they don't have Desmond Bane, who is basically their second best offensive player. And he's been replaced with KCP, who averaged, like 3.2 points per game last year? Like, it was bad. I'm going to say no, they are not going to make it.
They're not going to make it. They're going to be a bottom 5 team. You have a brand new coach, dude. He's still figuring stuff out. You mentioned the injuries. You got worse with the Desmond Bane trade. I think the Desmond Bane trade sent a message to the team as well, Doc. We're not really in this. You know what I'm saying? They're not all chips in the middle of the table. When you trade Bane and bring back KCP, dude, you've literally committed suicide for the 25-26 season. You've killed yourself. And again, I think that sends waves to the team like, yeah, we're just kind of going through the motions this year. So I got them bottom 5, dude. They are not going to be a good basketball team. And then lastly, and we're contractually obliged to talk about the Pelicans, even though we may not want to. They do have some interesting fantasy situations, though. Who are you targeting, Doc, if anyone, on the always injured and never good New Orleans Pelicans?
I would consider drafting Herb Jones and Jordan Poole, and that's it. Trey Murphy, how long is Trey Murphy hurt for?
Murphy is expected to start the season on time.
Okay, I would target Trey Murphy. I would target Trey Murphy.
I effing love Trey Murphy. Trey Murphy's a goody guy, dude.
Why am I thinking he's hurt? Was he hurt?
Well, he was. He had a torn labrum. He had surgery. He is coming back from an injury, but I've read some reports that he's expected to start the season on time. But he is coming back from a significant injury. He's just got a time. Go ahead.
Yeah, he wasn't always on that timeline. Back before, it was like we don't know when he's going to play. And now they're leaning towards start of the season. That's great news for Trey Murphy.
So it's Trey Murphy for me. It's Herb and it's Poole, the same guys as Doc. And at the right ADP, I will target those guys. I like them all. The Trey Murphy positive news about going to start the season on time is not good news for Jordan Poole. I think that drops Jordan Poole's value just a little bit. It doesn't crater it, but it drops it. And then who are you avoiding on the New Orleans Pelicans? And I have a feeling the first thing you say.
And Yves Missi. I mean, everybody else isn't even draftable, I don't think.
DeJounte Murray is coming off of an Achilles. Nobody knows when he's going to come back. He's on the avoid list. The centers, Missi and Queen. I don't. It's going to be a timeshare, and I'm just not really that into both. Like I'm looking forward to watching Queen, kind of seeing if it translates to the NBA. I'm intrigued by that, but I'm not psyched about that. Okay, in reality, Doc, reality check for the Pelicans. Are they still the 14th team in the West? Last year they finished 14th.
I'm just going to say no because they have a chance to be the 15th, 13th, 12th. They're going to be bad again. That's all I can tell you.
They're going to be 14 again. Utah and Brooklyn are the two worst teams in the league. New Orleans has quite a bit more talent than Utah. So I don't think they're going to fall all the way down to 15. I think they will be 14. Doc, this is a very interesting FanDuel win total. It is the Phoenix Suns, Doc, and their number is 31.5 for the Phoenix Suns.
Yeah, they won 36 last year. KD's gone, but they have a decent team. I'm going to say over, but I'm not betting anything on the Phoenix Suns.
I totally get it because the number's too close to where you have them finishing, right?
Yeah, I mean, it's low. It's a low number.
Doc, I love the over on this number. I think Phoenix is going to be a 500 team. I think they're going to be 42-40, 40-42, 41-41. This is a boom. I'm a
hammer.
Punch Vegas right in the nose on this one. Yeah, I love the over on this one. Love it. I think this is a complete miscalculation of the Phoenix Suns. Vegas is telling you that Phoenix is going to tank. That's what this number says. They're going to suck. They're going to tank. They're going to pull the plug in March. I don't see that happening. I don't. It could happen. I do acknowledge that. It's a possibility, but I don't think it's a probability. And this number being 31.5 makes it out to be a probability. So yeah, Doc,
their starting five does look a lot better than a lot of teams' starting fives. Mark Williams, Ryan Dunn, Dylan Brooks, Devin Booker, Jalen Green. I mean, that's pretty good.
It's pretty good. You have Royce O'Neal off your bench. You have Grayson Allen off your bench. Your backup point guards are weird. But you have Rasheer Fleming. You have Andre's guy from overseas, Nigel Hayes Davis. You've got Nick Richards and Maluwatch. Okay, you're super deep at center. Like, hello. I mean, I'm not even sending this team to the playoffs. I'm just telling you, I think they're going to be in the play-in tournament. I think the Phoenix Suns are going to be in the play-in tournament. I would put Phoenix in there. I'd put Phoenix and probably Sacramento in there. Dallas, Memphis, and Portland don't make the play-in tournament. It's kind of how I got it right now. The Dallas thing is so weird. Like, it's all on Anthony Davis. If he plays 65 games, Dallas is going to be in the play-in tournament. If Davis is like, yeah, I'm good on this Maverick thing, it plays 40 games, they will not be in the play-in tournament. It hinges on that. All right, guys, if you're listening to this show, one thing is for sure, you are a fantasy basketball stud. You're in the right place to win championships with us. If you want the ultimate edge, please go to sportsethos.com. The Brewski 150 drops for the Ethos 360 subscribers on September 30th. That's not too far away. Brewski's working on it right now, okay? My pop players come out on October 2nd. Dr. Ray's My Guys come out on October 9th. We've got much more to offer with tools, deep dive analysis, strategy guides. Our draft guide, which is out right now, will help you dominate whether you're a beginner or a pro. You're playing head-to-head, you're playing roto, dynasty, best ball, or a points league. We got you. Check it out now at sportsethos.com. And please download our app. Go to your app store. It's free, and you will have continuous blurbs on MLB, NFL, and, of course, our beloved NBA. For Hall of Famer Steve Alexander, for the best producer in the biz, Andre Lemouche, I am Rick Kamla. This has been the Fantasy NBA Today, presented by FanDuel. We love you. See you.